When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the USC Trojans. The Trojans will kick it away to start us off. On the run from inside his own 5. The Nittany Lions offense will start this game off with the football. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Breaks the tackle. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 6. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. Looking to pass. It's Myers. Caught near the sticks. It's Hazelton. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A costly penalty wipes out that third down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for it all. Makes a grab down the middle. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sideline.
Leaves it with the back. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Nittany Lions are on the move.
Yeah, I'm so impressed watching this guy run the football. And I'll tell you, I think Joe Paterno would have loved this guy in his offense, too. His teams always prided themselves on being able to run the football, right? Be more physical than the opponent. This guy has the ability to just wear defenses down. So hard to stop.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Trying play action. Got it in the middle. It's Hazelton. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown, Penn State! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback, because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So USC's offense couldn't get the ball for the first time. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground. It was amazing. It wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
He makes it look so routine out there, just plucking passes in this offense. When you think about the success the Trojans have had offensively in the past and certainly in more recent times, it always feels like there's got to be at least one receiver in this offense in the discussion for best in the country. This guy, I think, can be it.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Grab near the sticks. It's Lane. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now a throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Wants to go up top. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a big missed opportunity by the defense there, guys. If he's able to make that interception, all of a sudden, their offense is back on the field. But now, because he dropped it, it's still 4th down. And, of course, they're in field goal range.
And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Quick release on the RPO. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. The Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line. Scanning the field, it's Meyer. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. And the Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge.
Makes the catch, and a huge play on the left side. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Makes the grab. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has.
Max going for the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Trojans.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his spot. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Back to pass, it's Meyer. Extending the play. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up. Running back searching for a hole. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? He'll ride his man on the option. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Number 12. On to kick it away.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these 2 quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Just when they're looking one, now up top. Quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw, it's Meyer. Gets it to him on the screen. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Complete to the right. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that, you got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Nittany Lions have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, everything on that play started off great. The offensive line gave a great pocket to the QB to survey downfield. He found the open receiver. You just got to finish the play. Receiver, you got to make that catch.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds his man. It's McLeod. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. Right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, big update in a top 5 game today. Oregon is currently ahead right now in Autzen Stadium, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by 7 over Michigan. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this top 5 matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking deep down the right side. Makes a catch at the 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Touchdown, USC! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. They'll leave it with him. Fights off the defender. And he showed himself to be a regular Spinderella, but not a lot of room to run.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. To the air, it's Myers. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the 3rd possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical 3rd down, forcing an incompletion.
Touchdown Trojans! The hidden yardage, the big play, special teams coming through. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pretty good job of coverage on that kick. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. He'll try to find a rhythm here. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish, and they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
The Nittany Lions are in the hurry-up. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Makes the catch at the 30. He gets a block. Made a defender miss. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quarterback may change this route. Fires left. It's caught downfield. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on 3rd down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, USC.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Had nowhere to go with that one, had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play. And they decide to try out the kicker. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Meyer. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Pulls it in. It's Woodside.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Nittany Lions are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun on 3rd down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
The Trojans want to crank the tempo. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They just keep firing. Looking down the middle. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Southern Cal! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Hand off from the shotgun. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message they'll have to carry into halftime. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Gives it on the option. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. And they swarm him under. The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Dropping back, it's Myers. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Hit as he throws. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, and not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Tight end finds a soft spot. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. The Trojans in the hurry-up.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st. Back to pass on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab outside. It's Lane. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Wants to throw on first down. Unleashes one. A strike downfield. He is down at the one. A terrific run after the throw and catch. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the one. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Trojans. They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The inside handoff. He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Meyer. Catch in the middle, it's McLeod. They'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line, not enough to move the sticks. The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They've been dominated. Now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Looking downfield on first down. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. And it's caught inside the 15. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. To the air on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line. Go straight ahead. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating him time and time again.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hazelton. And the returner will be dragged down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. The Nittany Lions just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Here's a quick throw out to the left. There he goes! And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw again. Finds his man. It's Hazelton.
And I love love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Rides the back and leaves it. Can't get him to the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb.
Number 17, set to kick off.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. First play of the drive comes from the 22. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking downfield, it's Hurtado. Firing to the right, complete. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. He'll try the left side. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Swings it out to the flat. Touchdown, USC! And they take it in for 6 more points. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Got it in the middle. It's Woodside. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Lets it fly. Fires it incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now, here's second and long. Dropping back, it's Jamison. Line is set on third down. The DBs will back off a bit. Motion from the back. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got him. Brings him to the open. And that's not going to be a first down. He stopped just millimeters away from moving the chains. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Finds a crease at the 20. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. They still do count it for 6.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. With jet sweep pass. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll run it out here. The Trojans in a good spot here with second and short. Back to throw, it's Hurtado. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
He leaves it with his back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. They reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl